What's going on, guys? Again, this is Reginald Sweet, Boys and Girls Clubs of Mitchell County. I am the Teen Center Unit Director, and with us now we have Miss LaQuata Sumter from Albany Tech. Albany Tech. Um, she is actually the chair. I want to make sure I get it right because she has so many titles. She is actually the department chair and instructor for the electrical and computer engineering. And she has a lot of information that she's going to share with us today. And I'm anxious to hear. And then she's going to give us some things that she has planned, especially coming up in the summer for those students who like, electronics and drones and all this other good stuff. So, Miss Sumter, let us know what's going on.
Well, hey, it is a pleasure to be here today to talk to you a little bit about what we do out at Albany Tech, and also a little bit about my hobbies as well. They really run parallel to each other, so it's pretty fun that I get to do not only what I'm paid to do by Albany Technical College, but I'm also able to play around with toys. I'm the electrical and computer engineering instructor. It's very exciting being in electrical and computer engineering. Many don't know what those two do, but they're not just electronics, but they're the more of the electrical and the computer components of engineering. I like to explain electrical and computer engineering by explaining your TV, how your TV and your smartphone works. More of our systems of what we teach, or what I teach and what I actually teach the program, are your TVs and your smartphones. And to be honest, your TV is just a big smartphone. A lot of the TVs have the same components the phone has in them. They're just a little bit bigger than the average smartphone. So in electrical and computer engineering, we teach the electrical components. We teach the intro of electronics, which is your digital systems. We teach the number systems of the computer. And we also teach electrical circuits, where you get to learn how electricity actually runs in between electrical components, such as your smartphone, robotics. Even in cars, there are robots in your cars now, where you have the computer that controls how the car operates. So we teach the electrical part, but we also teach the computer part. And when we look at the computer part, not only at the electrical components of the computer, which is the hardware, but we also look at programming. We program robots. We teach how to program the smartphones for them to interact with the electrical components. And we teach programming logic controls, which allows you to program robots, computers, your TVs, and any other electronic device that actually use a computer. And most of the computers that are used now have the small controller board in them, and most of them we call motherboards. And the motherboard is what we also call the main board, and that's the board that controls the computer or controls the electronic that you're working with, such as your smartphone or your TV. So at Albany Tech, we are gearing our students to work in the field of electrical and computer engineering. And there are a number of jobs that you can get out of our field. The current specializations that we offer are computer engineering as a specialization, where we focus mainly on the computer components and networking as well. Then we have the telecommunications field, where we teach how to wire up homes, where you can work for companies such as Mediacom, AT&T, Comcast, the different companies that offer phone systems. And even if you don't want to work for those companies, you can be an entrepreneur and start your own telephone company, where you're offering telephone services and internet services as well. That's where our telecommunications specialization works in. Then there's the electrical specialization, where you work more on the electrical side and you learn more of the electrical components, and you'll be able to work more in the electrical field, such as being an electrician or electronic technician. You can also be a system analyst or electronic analyst, working for such companies as P&G, Miller, even Albany State. Somebody has to work the electronic components at those places. And so we now have a new, what we call a technical certificate. And that technical certificate includes one of my hobbies that I recently just got into, which is the unmanned aircraft systems. And it's also known as drones. I fly this little guy on the inside, and this is my little friend I call my Batman, because I can fly this drone on the inside and teach individuals how to fly this drone. And so at Albany Tech, we've gotten into offering the technical certificate, which will help you prepare to become a certified pilot in the. And with the unmanned aircraft systems, you become a certified pilot and you can make money from flying drones. Now, when I first started flying drones, I never thought about making money from flying them. I just thought about it being a hobby. But there are numerous jobs, such as being a photographer or a videographer flying drones. There are also real estate companies that pay for drone pilots. CNN, which is news companies, insurance companies. They also have drone pilot, or they call them drone operators. And most of the military agencies have drone operators or drone pilots. And then there's a drone racing league, such as if they play basketball or football, and soccer. There's also a drone racing league where you fly drones as a sport. And I just recently found out there was a student that won $30,000 flying drones in the drone racing league as
Wait, 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 wait. A student won $30,000 flying
30
drones.
Yes, $30,000 flying a racing drone. It's actually a racing league, and there, the competitions come on TV. It was on CBS earlier this year. You could see the competition on the TV. It's just like playing basketball, football. They're leagues. So you have you go in and you go in at certain levels, and you keep on going until you get to the actual national level. And when you get to the national level, there's a big competition on flying drones, and it's flying just like you. It's an art to it, but it's flying just like if you were playing Fortnite or a racing game on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox. They use basically the same controllers, the same stick and hand movement. You use the same hand movements as you would if you were playing a video game, but you're sitting in a seat, and they're sitting in gaming seats, like a gaming chair, and your drone is going through this obstacle course. And the niche of it is making sure that your drone goes through the obstacle course without hitting anything and getting done without basically without crashing. And
Wow.
whoever gets through the fastest without crashing wins the competition. And so,
I think I need to take up flying drones.
hey, I'm trying to get to where this, COVID-19 did something to us, but eventually I want us to have a Southwest Georgia racing competition, so we can take our person from Southwest Georgia and take them to the national competition, or from the Southwest Georgia regional, state, and then to the national competition. Even if we don't make it to the national competition, at least go and see how it actually works and eventually get there. Because I watched the competition, and there was nobody that looked like us out there. Nobody from the South. There was nobody talking with our accent out there at that competition. So eventually I do want to, if we get one or two, three or four, to get out there and be able to fly in those competitions, and even get our students to get more into the drone industry, with flying and building and operating them. There are a lot of jobs out there. They are projected that there's going to be they're going to be 200,000 jobs in the drone industry by the end of 2020.
Wow.
And so it's a growing industry. It's not an industry that you or I would have thought about coming up. We were like, drones. We're like, what? That's not going to be a job. But there, it is actually a job. A drone pilot is a job that they get paid good money to do. On average, you can start anywhere from $150 to $200 per job site, drone
Mm.
job site. And I'm like, man, when I first got into it and started realizing it, I was like, this is pretty. It's a pretty good hobby, but it's also a good income as well if you're really interested in doing it. In Southwest Georgia this summer, we are looking to we're looking to do a number of things virtually, some drone demonstrations and drone classes virtually, build them online. I'm working with a company to also get a drone stimulator. They have a drone simulator that they've built. So I'm looking at breaking that out into a virtual classroom and allowing students to sign up and be able to learn how to fly the drones through the virtual stimulator, and then eventually going out, being able to go outside and fly the drones as well. And getting our students prepared for the drone industry, starting them out young to understand what the drone industry is about, and how it works, and how drones work, and the electrical and computer engineering parts of the drone industry, but also getting them certified as certified drone pilots as well. And they can be certified at 16 years old. There are a number of 16-year-olds that I've known who've gotten their drone pilot license. So I would like to bring that to our area as well, and give our children the opportunity to do that as well.
Great. And right before you get out of here, real quick, I want to ask you, and could you tell our members, parents that may be that are on, that are watching, and members that are watching, and those who just joined, who just want to just hear what you had to say. Could you tell our members that if they chose to go to Albany Tech and pursue a career in electrical engineering, what would they look what would they look forward to? What is it that what kind of classes, and what are some of the requirements that they will have to look into before choosing electrical engineering?
One thing we do ask, and we tell our children who would like to get, or our parents who would like to get into electrical and computer engineering, is to like math. And some of them may not like math, but I try to start out my classes to where I get them to understand math. If you understand math, there's a better chance of you progressing through our program, as our program does require a lot of critical thinking and problem solving skills. It doesn't require so much math, but it requires more of the critical thinking and problem solving skills, being able to think critically, and understand the problem, because basically an engineer is a problem solver. So with being a problem solver, you have to think critically. So getting into the program at Albany Tech, you can either do the SAT or ACT, as well as the Compass exam. You can take the Compass at Albany Tech, and right now with the COVID-19, they're waiving some of the Compass exams at Albany Tech as well, and you can do your application online for Albany Tech, and select the electrical and computer engineering program. And once you select the program and you go through the process of putting in your testing scores, then they'll be sent to the admissions office, and then they'll be sent over to our department, and then we'll make contact with those students. And I like to do a what do you like to do? What do you want to do? To help them decide if electrical and computer engineering is a great fit for them.
Okay, great, great. Listen, we thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to share with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Mitchell County. How, if they're the students and the members and parents, how can they get in contact with you directly?
I can be reached at L Sumter, that's LSUMTER at albanytech.edu. And right now we're away from the office, so the best way to get us is to email us. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as well. On Facebook, I'm LaQuata Sumter. It's LaQuata Quana Sumter. And I can help you with any of our Albany Tech needs and any of my hobbies, flying drones as well.
Great, great. Listen, we're already talking about you coming down, doing face-to-face presentation whenever we get back some sort of normalcy, and you coming down and presenting and showing our members, giving our members a real in-depth look and a class on how the drones work and all the electrical stuff and all that. I'm gonna let you do that because I don't want to burn anything down. Um, I do better standing in front of the kids teaching them that hands-on thing with the electricity and stuff. I'm gonna leave that to the experts. So we need you to come down and show us how to do it. Listen, we thank you, Ms. Sumter, for joining us in our busy schedule. Like I said, taking time out of your busy schedule, and we will be in touch so we can get you down and do those classes for us.
Awesome, awesome. I look forward to it. And thank you again for having me on.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day. We appreciate you.
All right, you too.